Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. A Meru Bishop earlier today cut short Mithika Linturi's speech after he attacked Raila Odinga on the church's pulpit. So in this video, I want us to have a look at that clip of Meru Senator being stopped from attacking Raila Odinga on the pulpit, after which, as usual, we are just going to dissect that to see exactly what it means politically. Have a look at this.
It has been fighting because there is an individual who does not accept election results once they are announced by IEBC.
Thank you very much, Senator. As I mentioned a little earlier on, that as a church, we try to minister to people from different political parties without creating any sense of animosity. And in a function like this, which is in our church, we try to maintain that attitude, that everything else comes, whether you are UDA, whether you are ODM, whether you are Jubilee, whether you are welcome here. And you need to feel comfortable here that no one is alienating you and no one is actually saying some things that are negative that would ostracize anyone. So, Mheshimiwa, I don't know whether we need to let you go on or provided.
Yes. Sorry, I'm sorry. These things at times can be very emotional, and I'm sorry and I apologize profusely to the church. Yeah, but please understand me. I am sorry. I am really sorry, Bishop, if I've gone beyond.
Yes, that's exactly what happened earlier today in a Meru church, Sitam Church. And let me take this opportunity to congratulate that church bishop, for that's exactly what our churches should be doing. A church should be a neutral place. So in this video, I want us just to understand, why is it that our Kenyan politicians, and specifically Tanga, are very keen on using the church pulpit, or rather the church, to attack their political opponents and competitors? That's what I want us to find out in this video. In case you've just bumped here for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes, a German philosopher, Karl Marx, stated, religion is the opium of the masses. Loosely translated to mean, religion is a sigh of the oppressed in the society. Religion gives the oppressed in the society a temporary reprieve from the oppression and the tribulations they are currently undergoing. Religion gives them hope. And in any society, the downtrodden, the oppressed in the society, tends to identify with religion. They are a vulnerable group. And I know from where I sit, William Ruto and his Tanga team are using that loophole to spoof propaganda and lies to that population. Yes. And also the world over, we have seen some world dictators and some propagandists using the church and religion to continue oppressing the downtrodden. In fact, we have been hearing some say that leadership comes from God. So you should not question them whether they oppress you or not, because that leadership has come directly from God. I tend to believe that's a loophole William Ruto and his team are cleverly trying to use. They are trying to use that, or they wanted to use that. And then secondly, Ruto and his team, Tanga, and I'm saying specifically Ruto and his team, because they are the ones who are coming out clearly to be using the church. Ruto and his team might just be agents of confusion. They might just be there to destroy the church. And likely from where I see it, they are succeeding in destroying the church in Kenya. Because some pronouncements from our church ministers, ladies and gentlemen, leaves a lot to be desired. We have even been seeing some church ministers actually cursing those against William Ruto, telling them that they're not of God. And also William Ruto himself has also been using the church pulpit to brand some people Waganga. William Ruto has been putting himself, or rather leveraging himself as holier than thou. So from where I see it, Ruto and his team might just be agents of confusion to destroy the church. And likely they are succeeding in destroying the church. And then another point that can explain why they are using the church, some of our churches are not actually churches at all, but just business entity to make money. Yes. So when you can offer a politician an audience of about 100 people, the politician will gladly cough some money because already he knows that he can just confuse some few people there into voting for him or her. So I also believe, ladies and gentlemen, that some of these houses, or rather these entities calling themselves churches, are actually not churches. Some are not actually churches, but just business entities. And that's why these politicians are really finding it very easy to use the pulpit to attack and even to abuse their political opponents. And I still remember an incident that happened sometimes back in Muranga, where a war broke out in a church, and some people lost their lives in that church. An indication that, again, some of these church ministers are also just after their own personal gains and interests. Some of them also are not of God, but just people who are also just out there for their own selfish gains. And having said that again, from where I sit again, I strongly believe that William Ruto and his team are also deliberately using the church because they find it very easy to convince Kenyans from the church pulpit. Because you know, an African respects the church pulpit. And there is this perception that you cannot lie on the church pulpit. So William Ruto and his team are using that very effectively to lie to Kenyans. Because, you know, to lie on a church pulpit is sometimes very hard. And what somebody says on a church pulpit is largely being seen as the truth. So that's exactly what William Ruto and his foot soldiers are actually doing. They have already read the psychology of Kenyans, and they are really exploiting that for their own personal gains and interests. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, having said all that, let us congratulate once more that church bishop. That's the way to go. Our churches should be neutral because that's how it should be. Otherwise, God bless you. God bless Kenya. And to any other person, before I forget, if you are watching us outside Kenya for the very first time, and so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Give it a like, please. And to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humbled, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. Yes, I'm very, very much grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. And just as I did state yesterday, make sure you subscribe and you tap on the notification bell so that anytime you upload a new video, you will be the first to be notified. You might have subscribed, yes, but you have not touched on the notification bell. And I've been getting some complaints from some of you, my fans here, that anytime I upload a video, maybe they see that video the following day. That can be that That can be so because maybe you have not touched on the subscription or rather on the notification bell, and make sure you tap on all so that any video I upload, you will just get it straight away. Otherwise, God bless you. God bless Kenya. Yes.